I am joined by Gabe from Quin, and PreciseFP and Quin just released a brand new integration. I think that seeing it has given me a very future forward feel, and I love having these sessions so that we could really dive deep into what the session or what the integration entails and just have a nice organic conversation about how it adds value to your office. So I'm going to give Gabe a moment to go ahead and introduce himself, and then we'll go from there.
Awesome. Nora, thank you so much for having me today and great to be with everyone. As Nora mentioned, I'm one of the co-founders of Quin, which is a digital human assistant for advisors and their team to automate your admin work. Saving 10 hours a week is our goal for a lot of our clients, and we're extremely excited about the new integration and partnership here with PreciseFP. It's an amazing product, as you guys know, for onboarding, and Quin has a couple of really amazing value adds and use cases to take that to the next level that I'm excited to showcase to everybody here today, not only to set up the integration, but how other advisory firms are already using this and how you might be able to take action on this after the webinar. So, Nora, happy to be here.
Yes, thank you so much, Gabe. And I know the teams have been working hard to get this released. So, do you want to show us what exactly Quinn is, and then we'll show the integration and make sure to catch any questions that come up?
I can do that. Let me share my screen here.
All right.
All
I
right.
see Quinn's website.
Beautiful. All right. That's the first step, making sure we're sharing the right screen.
Yeah.
Um, Well, I like to start really kind of what is Quin from our website. This is chock full of use cases. It's not marketing fluff. As I mentioned, Quin is effectively your digital human assistant. It's going to connect to your CRM, to PreciseFP now, to your email, your calendar, and really most of the other tools within your technology stack. And it's going to be able to take care of that admin work for you guys that you might have paid a large salary for an executive assistant to do. That's really who we're competing with there on the market. So it's getting things done really behind the scenes, which we call our workflows. And this can be helping you prep for meetings, of course. It can help take notes and enter information into systems. It can help reply to emails for you. It's helping with scheduling, but it's also helping with looking at your data and kicking off personalized and proactive workflows and communications around required minimum distributions, Medicare, birthdays, and many other different events that are really important for you to engage with clients. They are easy to fall through the cracks, but Quin's got your back once these are set up. As I mentioned, this really kind of works behind the scenes for you. So it's not another product that you need to walk through or, excuse me, log into to get things done. Once this is set up, it works for you behind the scenes and saves you time. Um, if you need to work with your assistant, there's many different places that you can communicate with Quin. We have a browser app that's going to work on phone, tablet, and computer. It'll feel like ChatGPT on your tools. You can also text message Quin on the go. A lot of our advisors like this, and it's the only tool in the market that's going to allow you to do that. Hey, Quin, draft this email with availability that I have, or set this reminder. This can be a voice memo or a text message, and Quin has a phone number that you'll communicate with. Quin can do a lot with email management, including drafting replies to emails with context from data from your CRM, from PreciseFP. So you're just reviewing these and getting back. You can also communicate with Quin there. And then if anybody's using Slack or Teams, you can add Quin there and communicate with Quin there as well. As far as
I
the
have a
integration,
question. Are there
yeah,
best practices on like wording to use when you're doing a command like that, or like name or certain structure? I feel like with most AI, you don't even need to spell things correctly, which is really nice.
yeah, we built a lot of simplicity there within the apps. So the advisor doesn't have to be a prompt engineer to get that right. We can be human and we can speak to this technology like you're speaking to a human that understands your context, understands your business, and understands the way that you talk. So it's going to feel very natural.
Nice. Love that.
Yeah, let me zoom in here a little bit. And This will be kind of what we cover with the integration here with PreciseFPs for those of you guys that are using this. Really, four big use cases that we're going to help with is one, we're going to help with getting data into PreciseFP from conversations you're having via phone, virtual meeting, or in person. We'll do the comprehensive data entry there to create a new account or client or secondary contact. Any information you can enter into PreciseFP, Quin can do that for you. And so when you're sending out those amazing engagements within PreciseFP, more of that information is going to be pre-filled. So it's just less manual data entry, and it's going to increase the time to getting those fact finders and different engagements back. The second use case we'll cover here today are really around meeting prep. So Quin can help prep for your meetings every day, and it's going to pull data from all of your connected systems, CRM, PreciseFP, email, calendar, and beyond. And so we'll showcase that as well. Quin can also send out forms and engagements from PreciseFP in communications for you. So you're not having to log in. We can actually do that for you. And the last kind of workflow that or two more, I guess. One, we'll talk about the workflow of Quin drafting email replies when clients email you, and Quin searching for information in PreciseFP and then drafting it for your review there, keeping you from having to kind of go dig for that data. And the last one is really kind of around proactive outreach. This is how you take things to the next level, acting upon your data in a personalized way proactively, whether that's a birthday, someone's reaching 65 or another milestone birthday. You need to pull data, generate proactive communication regarding something that's adding value or going to drive revenue for your firm.
Really nice. What would be an example of information it would pull from your email? Like,
Yeah, yeah,
trying to think of
yeah.
an example.
Yeah, so a lot of times information that a client has sent to you sits in your email and you forgot to maybe put that into your CRM as a
Yeah.
note or into a PreciseFP or another tool. When Quin is going to run any of these workflows, I'll show everybody here today, including the client preparation, it will search every email that you've ever had with that particular household. So if there is a nugget of information that's important, whether that's a financial number or the names of their dog or where their vacation home is, it
Oh,
can go
okay.
find that and pull that in at scale.
I like that because they could even be like, I'm at my kid's soccer practice or whatever. And that would be good context to pull in even for the staff to know about.
Exactly, exactly. Um, what we're looking at here is really the interface here within Quin. This is one of the many places that you can chat with Quin. I mentioned you can also chat with Quin via text message, where you can just type in something here, or you can record a voice memo. Quin will read that transcript and then be able to kind of communicate back what it's doing for you. Where sending an email, it's entering information to a CRM, or it's entering that back into PreciseFP. So very popular use case here for advisors is on the go is I like to text. I don't want to get into my inbox. Can I just text my assistant? And you can with Quin.
So that example is text and voice.
Yes, text and voice.
Nice.
Yeah, we use Quin every day here internally. I use this, and I'm more of a talker than I am a typer. So voice memo is a nice way to go with that.
Well, yeah, I feel like you could write three sentences, but you can talk like three paragraphs.
Exactly. And a lot less time.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other thing we can do here when we set this up is come to this button here. This is where you're going to set up the different jobs you want your Quinn assistant to do for you, which we call those workflows. Set up your different integrations. You can set up knowledge that you want your assistant to have that might be relevant for things it's doing for you. Our templates, Quinn can generate documents for you as well, like those IRA account opening forms with data that sits in multiple systems, including email, as Nora pulled out. So all of these I'll kind of lightly touch here in just a second. But to set up the PreciseFP integration, what we're going to do, it's really simple within the Quinn product here. You can see I already have it set up, but you just come to add integration. We've got just over 40 native integrations here in place that range from most major CRMs, email, calendar, project management tools, marketing automation tools, file storage, and some others here that you can peruse through. But you come to the PreciseFP tile here, click this, and then you're just going to click Connect to PreciseFP here. This will typically take you to a login page here where you're just going to log in, and then it's going to say, hey, the integration's been connected for you. You're good to go. And you can see I now have it connected twice, so I'm going to delete that. From there, Quin is very intelligent. So it's reading your entire data model within PreciseFP, so it can go do things for you. It understands you, it understands context. And so if it's entering data or retrieving data for you, there's really no other heavy setup around this. From here, this is where you kind of peruse our different jobs to be done or workflows that you want your assistant to help you with. We have three different type of workflows here. There's 7 core workflows that I'll highlight here. We have a menu of 70 additional workflows that are more proactive on your data that sits within PreciseFP and your CRM that can be executed on a schedule, whether that's daily, weekly, monthly, or quarterly. And then we actually have a workflow generator here where you can just click this button, type in what you want your assistant to do with natural language, hit generate, and we'll actually build a custom workflow that runs either on a trigger, on demand, or on a schedule, like every Monday or the first day of the month.
Can you show one of
So
the
really,
established into our workflows?
yeah. So the core workflows is where I'll kind of start here, Nora. The note-taking workflow is one that's pretty popular for most of our advisors. This is going to help with Quin taking notes on a virtual call, phone call, or in person. The big difference here is that the data we intake is going to be comprehensively and automatically entered into your systems, and you can customize what you want these notes to look like. You know, there's a million note takers out there, so this is not something that's differentiating us or that we focus on completely. We do a lot more, but we saw an opportunity for a need for customization. So this section right here, you can just paste in a note on how you want it to look. Quin will follow that for all future notes. So if you have certain sections you want to cover, bulletize, conciseness, you just give this instruction as if it's a human, and then you'll love the results on the back end. And I'll show just a quick example of this. So, and this is kind of use casing Wealthbox as well as PreciseFP here. So after we take notes for you, we're going to send you, we'll go ahead and enter the information where it needs to go. And then we'll send you a meeting recap email here of every meeting that we took notes on you. We'll list out everything that we did within your CRM, and whether that's creating an account, a household, a contact, we're actually updating structured data like email or cell phone that's being dictated in the meeting. We can do the full comprehensive data entry, and that's not available on the market. The note, the way that you want it structured will be followed here. So this is just an example. And then we'll have a section of exactly what data we entered into PreciseFP for you automatically, whether that's creating a new account or updating information on an existing account. So we protect against duplication around this. So that's a big responsibility that we execute here for our clients and how we wanted to build this with the PreciseFP team. So any information you can enter within PreciseFP, we can do that for you. If it's spoken in the meeting and we're taking notes, it will be entered automatically and then placed here for your review. Task management will interpret any next step to-dos. We can put these in Wealthbox. We can put these in Outlook. If you're using Gmail, we can use Google Tasks. We can really kind of put these any place that you guys want to get these done. We'll title them. We can delegate those for you upon rules. The follow-up email here from the meeting is definitely part of this workflow. When Quin connects to your email, it reads your last 15 emails to teach itself your writing style. There's 25 data points: humor, brevity, conciseness. We use the latest model of Gemini, and it does an incredible job of matching your writing style here. Unlike some of the older models that were like, maybe 70% of the time we'll do a good job. It's doing a really good job now.
Nice. I noticed that last bullet point says recommending 529 increase. Um, if you did mention a date, would it say like a date like by Friday kind of thing, like the section above kind of had dates corresponding, or that wouldn't be really client facing information?
Yeah, yeah, it could. And that comes into the customization power of really what everyone wants, right? So you may want the date on there. Other people may not for their
Yeah.
own reasons. So that section that I covered earlier, you could just put one line, Nora, always include the due date of anything listed here as far as next steps, and that
Oh,
email will be
nice.
drafted accordingly.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, and then the last part of this workflow will be just scheduling the next meeting. So if it's simply discussed in the meeting that you want to set up a year-end planning review here with the Patel family, it's going to create that Outlook or that Google Calendar invitation, can include a Zoom link or a Teams link, and it can be placed here for your approval, which you just respond to this email and say, Quin looks good, and then it will send it out to all parties. Um, so that's kind of the first workflow. Again, that's first of about 70 that we can take care of for you. But the big thing here when we think about PreciseFP is that this data is entered automatically here within the system. So this created a new record for Raul and Priya Patel. It added this information here in their profile, all the way down to everything that they discussed in this meeting. So when I later on send out this fact finder, this information is going to be pre-filled in my fact finder, just less information that they have to fill out, which is very nice. And then also we're entering that information in the wealth box in parallel to that. So it's syncing the data between multiple systems for you.
Nice. Yeah, I feel like pre-filling increases completion rates a lot. So the more you can do that, the better. And just ask them to give it a once over. And if anything's changed or missing, fix it. And, maybe spelling is different. They can see that and make those changes.
Absolutely.
And I assume it goes back, like if it was, the daughter's name was spelled a little different.
Yeah, if it was misspelled and they made the update there, then it can make the update for you as well.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'll kind of cover these other workflows here just to kind of show you the power of Quin. The scheduler here, most of you probably are using a tool like a Calendly or a OneShub to schedule. Quin has that ability here as well. It's going to look and feel very similar to that tool. You can put this in your email signature. You can send this out via email. Quin can do that for you. And then someone can simply grab time. We can collect data on this form, and then we can push this data collected back into your CRM, back into PreciseFP. So we're helping with that data collection. Meeting reminders, just like it sounds, Quin can send out an email or a text message reminder to folks that are on your calendar here. Really easy to set up here underneath the hood. You're just choosing which one you want to turn on or off, and then what time before that meeting. In any event on your calendar, Quin is going to send out that notification. Probably my favorite workflow, which is a game changer, is email replies. A lot of advisors are swimming in emails, whether it's spam or it's just client requests. Quin is going to be able to monitor your inbox and reply with context meaning data in PreciseFP, your CRM, or other tools that it's connected to, and then draft things in your tone. You can set this up to respond just to folks that are in your CRM PreciseFP. That way it's not drafting unneeded emails to sales folks that are reaching out to you. So a lot of control there. But ultimately, a basic example here, I just ran this morning just to show you guys a live example. If someone reached out to you and said, who is my life insurance with and what is my policy number? You would typically have to go log into PreciseFP or another tool to go get that information. Instead, what you're going to do is just open up this email and you're going to see Quin has already drafted a reply here because it already searched for the data in PreciseFP for you. You're going to simply scroll up and then you're going to see an email here, right here. You didn't have to go anyplace else. And Quin has written this in your tone. It's included the information from PreciseFP, and you can see it's in draft mode right here. So it hasn't been sent. Quin doesn't send any communications automatically. You're simply going to say, this sounds like me, and it's correct. and then you're going to hit this button and you're going to send it. So getting through your emails is going to be much easier. This is a superpower.
That is awesome. And I know, you talked about how many hours a week you save, but also if you think about how quickly you can respond to a client, I feel like everyone loves an immediate email response, especially when they're waiting on important data like this. So even just thinking about that is very valuable.
Yeah, we use our own tool here internally, and I can say that getting back to a client or a prospect quickly goes a long way because we all want to work with someone that's going
Yeah.
to help us be successful.
I have a question from Melissa. The scheduler looked like there was only the option to have one person's info. Would it be possible to add another person if the advisor was meeting with a married couple?
Yes, yeah. So you can customize that scheduler here. So those questions underneath the settings here to have other questions or be able to add additional participants. So I'd say if you're familiar with a Calendly or a OneHub, it's going to be very similar to those features side by side. We don't have the ability to do collective scheduling or round robining if you're trying to pass meetings off to different advisors. Our tool won't support that. But just one-off scheduling and adding an additional, spouse to that, we can definitely support that.
Really nice. And on that scheduler, there is that notification option. Is that just, here's your time and date, or are they confirming or rescheduling option?
Yeah, so it will be confirmed there and and added to everyone's calendar. And then if they do need to reschedule, the scheduler can reach out the day before, and there'll
Oh,
be a
nice.
rescheduling option in that email, and the text message reminder will also have a rescheduling option.
Oh, great. Okay, Ken asked, how are you verifying email is actually from client and not a scammer, like spam emails that come in kind of thing?
Yeah, so we're matching it based off the actual email address and the person's first and last name with the data that's coming through there. So, but at the end of the day, we're not sending any email back automatically for you. Um, so it's up to you to review, always determine it's correct, determine it's not a spammer, just like you would if it was a normal email, and then hit send from there.
Definitely. And Chris just wanted to know if they'd be able to get a copy of the slides from this presentation.
We can send the recording over, but this is all the product. There's no slides of this. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. And for the Outlook, is it doing availability check? Like if you have to get like the team on a meeting, would it suggest times based on calendars or no? That wouldn't
Yeah,
work, huh? Oh yeah?
yeah. If you've got, you could have multiple calendars connected to your Quinn assistant there.
Oh,
So
nice.
as long as folks have shared their calendar with you, then Quinn can at scale search different calendars and see when there's collective availability.
Wow, what a great company feature as well.
Yeah, yeah, for
Do you
sure.
find people use this for internal purposes, like let the chat know or through text message, like I want to have an event on this date and time about this topic, and then, the team can take it from there?
I would say less for internal meetings and more for external of what we've seen.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
very
good
nice.
questions. Um,
Dustin says, what calendars will this integrate with? If I use Outlook for my calendar, can I sync it with that?
yes, we support Outlook as well as Google Calendar.
Hmm. Perfect. Very nice. Thank you.
Yeah, good questions. Keep them coming. I'll kind of finish some of these workflows here. Our email follow-up workflow, as you guys know, you have follow-ups, you've got to get things from clients and they typically don't get back to you. So it's up to you to follow up and follow up. This feature will basically interpret if there is an ask to a client. If there is, it'll set a reminder for itself, and then it will draft a follow-up email if they haven't replied in 7 days nor scheduled on your calendar. And that will notify you to review that nice warm follow-up email there, so that doesn't fall through the cracks.
Really great. And they can adjust that from 7 to like 3 or whatever
Mhm.
increment of
Yep.
days.
Everything is customizable that I'm showing you here, and everything can be turned off, by the way,
Oh,
too.
okay.
So These anything that you want your Quinn assistant to do is totally tailored to your wants and needs and what's going to add value here.
All right.
Um,
Larry says, any success yet working with Go High Level?
yeah, we just launched a integration to Go High Level about a month ago. So everything that I'm showing you here as far as data entry, data retrieval, kicking off workflows based on data points and Go High Level, we absolutely support that.
That's great news. And Michael says, does the calendar integrate directly into Redtail's calendar, or does it need Outlook as a pass-through?
Great question. And we do both. So definitely has been a common request for folks using Redtails or using the Redtail calendar more than they are using Outlook. So we're able to check both of those places.
Do you think it's more important than ever to put out of office, like maybe your office hours are like, I don't work before 7? Should you be blocking that part out on your calendar so the AI is not picking that up as an option kind of thing?
Yeah, many ways to skin the cat on that.
Mhm.
You can just tell your assistant in our guideline feature to never schedule anything before 10 a.m.
Oh,
or
there we
only
go.
afternoon meetings. That can also be set up in our scheduler. So a couple ways we can skin that cat, or you can just block that section of your day.
Yeah. Can you say like no back-to-backs or 3 maximum a day?
Yep, no back-to-backs, 15-minute period between all meetings, all of that can be customized.
That's so nice.
Yeah. Yeah, the last workflow I'll kind of show everybody here is this daily brief. So, we've all seen the TV show with the amazing executive assistant. They always walk into the boss's office. Here's your coffee just like you like it, and here's everything you need to know today to go crush your day. And that's what this daily brief workflow is. Standardly, it's going to look at your calendar and see who you're meeting with, proactively pull all the data regarding that household from PreciseFP, your CRM, your document storage, your other tools, and then it'll send you an email that's going to be having all of that information there for your day. And it'll look something like this. You can tailor what you want this to look like. So in this one, it can have a nice motivational quote for the day or like a Bible verse. It could also include like top news articles related to the stock market or Bitcoin. You just tell your assistant what you want it to do. I actually use it in that format, so I don't have to go watch the news all the time. But then it's, of course, going to have all the details you need here for your meetings. Standardly, it'll be a bio, a last details in the last meeting, a proposed agenda. We'll also include LinkedIn links to their profiles, or we could even scrape data from LinkedIn and then bulletize it here. So this is your palette to tell your assistant what data you want here, and we'll go pull that information and place it here. We can include open tasks that are due today from your task management tool, folks that you haven't talked to in 90 days from a reporting standpoint, or maybe pulling in PreciseFP engagement data, who still has an engagement out and what percentage is it complete. That could be listed here as well.
Oh, that is so awesome. Because the tech in me is like, does it pull in the software stuff like red tail activities, but precise FP engagement, things like that is included?
Yep, everything's fair game. And we'll cross-reference it from with multiple different systems too to make sure that there's, hasn't been engagement. It shows there's no notes and no engagement in the CRM, but you've actually had an email over here. So
Mm,
it'll pull it from both multiple places.
that's awesome. Rebecca says, is there a way to combine multiple calendars in a schedule link? We have 3 advisors that I need to coordinate their calendar, and I'm struggling to link them all up.
We don't support that unfortunately right now. So that would be a good use case for a Calendly type tool. The good thing for that is if Quinn does work with a Calendly or Once Hub type tool, you can just provide those links to your assistant as a guideline here. And then when it's communicating scheduling for you, it will be including those links for you appropriately. And then you just turn our scheduler off. You wouldn't use us in that case.
Okay. And Steven's awesome. He said, we have been using Quinn for quite some time. Their customer service is second to none, and they are always willing to help you to get Quinn to do what you need it to do in your practice. And this new integration with PreciseFP is tremendous.
Amazing. Thank you, Stephen. Yeah, we pride ourselves on just like you guys taking care of your clients, um, getting back to you within the hour, helping you guys be successful. So a lot of software companies miss that important part, but
Mm.
we invest a lot in that. So be excited to kind of help everybody get things set up.
Very true. And Dustin's asking, is there any integration with financial planning software like Money Guide?
Yeah, so coming soon. We're working with Money Guide Pro, eMoney, Right Capital. We really just need more of you guys to tell them to give us the API credentials. We'll build it very quickly. We're just waiting on them to give us kind of access to do that.
Really nice. Yeah, and PreciseFP can always be used as that bridge for data, but I think Destin wants that like intelligence layer probably of Money Guide information pulled into the conversations and the emails and whatnot.
Yep. Yeah, we want to do that as well. So hopefully very soon we'll be able to deliver that.
Really nice. Thank you.
Yeah, and a couple other things just to show everybody here from a Quinn perspective that fits into kind of your workflows with PreciseFP. Taking things to the next level is really kind of setting up workflows that are running behind the scenes based off of data within PreciseFP or your CRM. And that's what a lot of these different workflows are within Quinn. Um, these have been built by advisors for advisors. This is a menu that you can kind of look through here and turn these on. So it's not a heavy lift for you. We found that a lot of advisors are like, what's everybody else doing? So we're like, well, we'll just build it. And we brought it to you so you can just turn these on. These can be anything from reach or drafting LinkedIn posts for to help with marketing or following up with referrals. If you just have a meeting and someone says that they got referred by XYZ attorney, Quinn will actually draft an email out to that attorney, thanking them. It'll be placed in your draft folder at scale. You don't have to do anything. It will go take action on that if you turn something like that on. Another popular workflow would be reaching out to someone when they're reaching a certain age or milestone. The Medicare eligibility right here, when someone's approaching 65, Quinn will run this once a month. It'll look at all of your connected systems. And if anybody's approaching 65 the next 3 months, it's going to draft a personalized email to that person, place it in your draft folder, educating them about Medicare and the decisions upcoming with a call to action to schedule time with you. We can do that for also for the 401k 59 and a half rule when the 401k, the employer 401k can now be managed by you and there's no going to be taxes on distributions. That's another workflow that Quinn can automatically run for you behind the scenes based off of your data in PreciseFP as well as your CRM and kick those off. So lots to choose from here. Again, these run automatically, and they're just things that keep you from missing these little opportunities to add value or to drive revenue here for your firm.
Yeah, Larry says, what? I am definitely impressed. So,
Awesome. Yeah, I've got one of these examples I want to show here, and I'll kind of end with this one, just to show you the power of these. So this is our thinking of you workflow. A big part of an advisor's job is to maintain rapport and trust over time. And that can be really tough to think of different creative ways to touch base. What this workflow does is it looks at all of your contacts in PreciseFP as well as your CRM and sees who you haven't touched base with in the past 90 days. Then what it does is it pulls all of the data you know about that person from email, CRM, and PreciseFP to understand who they are. They have 3 kids. They enjoy the Boston Celtics. They, live in New York. All that information, and then it will go search all major news sources for a relevant, interesting news article to them. Then it will draft an email, put it in your draft folder that says something to the effect of, hey, I saw this article. It reminded me of you. You know, I'm not a Boston Celtics fan, but looks like they've got a great trade coming up. Hope all is well. Let's catch up soon. There's not an ask. You're touching base in a positive way, reflecting back that you understand who they are. And building rapport and trust is all about frequency of communication and reflecting back that you understand who someone is. This workflow is being done manually by some of the top Forbes advisors in the United States and have been doing it. We've worked with them to develop this, and now they're actually using Quin to scale this because it used to be a very manual process. So I ran this here just on my mock data within PreciseFP, and it identified I had 12 accounts here, and then it researched based off of the data that I had for Tony Stark, Eleanor Whitaker, Raul Patel, searched all major news sources, and it found an interesting news article for Tony regarding luxury golf guide. Eleanor's into art, so it shared something about Art Basil's report on the 2026 art market trends. Raul's dream vacation is to Bali, and that was stored as a goal within PreciseFP. Quin went off and found a guide here around Bali travel plans. So all of these are automatically placed here within your draft folder. You'll receive an email. It's going to look something like this. Just pull over my inbox, and it'll show you all of the different ones that it generated here for you. This runs on a monthly basis, and then you'll just simply go to your draft folder, and you're going to see each of these different emails that are drafted. You just review, maybe make a small tweak, and then you can send these out. This works fantastically for clients. It works fantastically for centers of influence there as well that drive referrals for you.
Really nice. And that's exclusively the advisor that will have to do this, or if the team is empowered to do this on their behalf while they're out, kind of thing. Is that an option?
It is, yeah. So it could be the advisor or staff that's running this on their behalf.
Hmm. All right. Dustin says, can it keep track of multiple advisors? We have some clients who multiple of our advisors contact and meet with. Was just wondering if that would mess things up, scheduling, emailing, and keeping in contact with clients wise.
Yeah, so it won't. So basically what will happen is that each of your advisors will have a Quinn assistant here. So we'll kind of come down to team members. You'll be able to add any team member that you want to have an assistant here, and then they'll have access to the data within the connected tools, and it'll keep things in sync because you guys are putting data and pulling data from the same places, and your Quinn assistants are on the same page.
Nice. Does it pull branding too? Maybe specific fonts or colors and things like that?
Yeah, so you can come here to the guidelines section, and this is where you can update specific communication language or compliance language. So when anything it's drafting, it's following these. It checks these every time it drafts a communication. But it could also be marketing brand communication language. You could have a guideline here similar to what I have here for compliance language. And it's going to check these instructions every time before it does any communications and follows them with precision.
Great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so Nora, I think that's a probably the end of my walkthrough from a demo here perspective. Be open to any other questions.
Yeah. For the integration with the marketing, is it able to do campaigns based on that, or what's that entail?
Yeah, so some of our integrations are to tool marketing automation tools like ActiveCampaign or MailChimp, where you could be taking information from a meeting here, adding someone to a list that's in a campaign, and then that would just help with the data entry component of that, just the automation there on the workflow is the typical use case.
Okay, got it. And then you said not typically used for internal purposes, like to communicate amongst each other or task each other with things.
Internal, I think we were talking about scheduling. I would say it's not used internal for scheduling a ton, but
Okay.
it has the power to do that. But I would say internal task management, it's a great tool for that.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
so as you're having meetings, there's takeaways. You can have rules for your assistant to say, these type of tasks go to Bill, and these type of tasks go to Stacy. Quinn will process that and assign tasks in your task management solution, whether it's your CRM or another tool like Asana, and will then assign and notify those tasks with context.
That's awesome. Yeah, and Dustin said super cool. Thanks about his question with keeping track of multiple advisors. And do you want to let us know how people can get more information and if they want to test it, feel it, drive it, play around with it, what that would look like?
Yeah, for sure. So we offer a 2 week free trial just here on our website. Our website's heyquin.io. So HEYQUIN.io. And then you'll just hit this just getting started tab right here and set up a trial. It's 2 weeks for free. You get access to everything, no credit card required. Our team will be in contact with you and help you with onboarding, sharing use cases, do a bit of a discovery to see what you're looking to accomplish and let you know candidly if we can do it or not. And then if we can, we'll help you to set things up. So very much a white glove service there. If somebody just wants to schedule a demo, you can just scroll down here to get a demo, and we'd be very happy to give you a more personalized walkthrough of the product here and answer any questions there as well.
Really great. And why the name Quinn, if you have anything to share about that?
Yeah, it's naming your business is like naming your baby. It's very hard, and then you have to see if the URL's available. But we were looking for an archetype for our business that was going to communicate what we're trying to help advisors with, which is being a brilliant executive assistant that makes its boss look brilliant to its customers. And we were big fans of James Bond back in the day, and James Bond had a brilliant assistant named Q that came up with these cool contraptions. A watch that shot a laser beam, or this cool Jaguar car that had machine guns. And Q stood for Quin. And so that URL was available, and it was just a perfect archetype for what we were trying to build here for our customers.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that. And then the baby was named, right?
Exactly.
So funny. All right, perfect. Well, to follow up today's session, we'll get the recording out and we have that help desk available if you're more of a visual person and want to see in bullet point format what the integration entails. And Stephen's asking in the scheduler, can you have, for instance, two blocks in a day, like 10 a.m. to noon and 2:30 to 5?
Yeah, we have some customizations within our scheduling tool there to where you can block certain things. If it's on a recurring basis, you can also set that up within Outlook or your Google Calendar, always block those times. So again, a couple different ways to skin that cat depending on kind of the workflow that's needed there.
Yeah, great question though. And especially, if somebody books a date and time in the conference room, it's like, is the conference room ready? Did everyone get the welcome gift going? So it just gets everything moving a lot quicker, I bet. The more information shared, the better. Dustin says, would it integrate with Schwab as our custodian?
Dustin, perfect timing. We're actively engaged with their team there and trying to get access to build that. So as soon as they give us API credentials, we will build this. We're very close to that. So the more of you that can reach out to them and say, give us a prioritized Quin, we'll build it for you very quickly. If you have other questions, feel free to reach out to us afterwards.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.